Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say big thank you to Milica to inviting me to participate in this conversation. I really enjoy listening your presentation and your experience, and I can see a lot of opportunities to cooperate in the future. So before I start my presentation, I just would like shortly to explain how I am involved in all of this, since I'm not from music world, I'm not a musician, and I'm a marketing professional, branding and communication expert for more than 20 years. But in 2007, I was invited to be a board member of Belgrade Philharmonic Orchestra and to try to help them to solve one problem, and it was to rejuvenate concert audience, which is still pretty old concerning Belgrade Philharmonic Orchestra. So then I found two kind of streams to target different target audiences. One was preschool kids and children, school children, but another stream was young adults. So to target these preschool and school kids, our aim was to then organize Children Philharmonic Orchestra. And since this in a way gonna be peer-to-peer education and peer-to-peer influence, which concerning my expertise, targeting different products and different services, this is the best possible approach. And concerning adults, it is young adults 80 plus. Then we use for them internet and technology, because then it was completely new things, and you know, all these networks and internet was really hot things. And one of the hottest thing at the moment was Second Life. I don't know, do you remember? It was a platform, or internet platform, Second Life, and you can there have your avatar, have your house, cars, this and that. And at the moment it was really booming. And what we decided then, we buy Serbia land there, and we organized concert of Ivan Tasovac, his piano solo concert there. We made his avatar, and then we organized also live events. It was live streaming in the Beton Hala. Then Beton Hala was warehouses, not restaurants. And we have, I think, probably 500 people there also, but also all media. And it was huge success because we managed to attract attention of all and yet breaking news positions. So then Telecom was one of the main sponsors, and they told us that such a huge interest concerning media coverage, just Zdravko Čolić, one of the ex-Yugoslavia, the most popular singer and most adored, managed to attract. So it was huge success, but the same goes with Dečja Filharmonija. So now it's almost 40 successful years of Children Philharmonic Orchestra. Unfortunately, when my term in board finished, Belgrade Philharmonic didn't want to keep this Children Philharmonic Orchestra for themselves. For them, it was very complicated to handle not just kids, but music teachers, parents, and it's really complicated. I can say now after 14 years, but it is also a huge pleasure, I must say. And I am supporting cultural projects, especially contemporary art, for more than 20 years, and I'm doing this non-profit, and I must say that this project is my favorite, and in my pretty long personal curriculum, it always attracts the biggest attention and respect. So you know, that's how I keep orchestra with me, and in a way it is my also personal project, and I'm also devoting lots of my time, not just my time, but my family, my friends, and all my associates and people around me are almost all involved in this project. So what we are doing and what is our first aim was to build a young classical music audience, but then we continue actually to promote importance of musical education in early age among children, because this is the way how we kids could develop both brain hemispheres equally. So this is very important for kids to play instruments, not just to become musicians, rock and roll or classical, but it's important for their development. So we position that music is for playing instruments for brain is the same as sport for building muscles and body. Also, we continue to promoting classical music because especially nowadays when there are a lot of noise around us through digital media, also it is classical music is also well-being for our soul, mind and body. And also what we did, we are promoting and supporting young talents, not in a way Boris is doing with his foundation. And actually this is what we are doing at the beginning, but not anymore. I explain you later why not. And what we are putting huge emphasis last 3-4 years, it's make some cultural bridge among kids from ex-Yugoslavia, because the music is the language everybody can understand, and it goes directly from heart to heart. And we think in Kids to Kids Foundation that it's really important to again build this cultural bridge in ex-Yugoslavia region. Concerning programs and activities, we have this traditional new gala concert for 14 years. Unfortunately, 2020 was the first year without the concert because of the COVID. And we can show through this New Year gala concert how we really managed to attract this young concert audience. We started first concert was in Belgrade Philharmonic building, and then it is, of course, you can there is 200 seats there. Then we for years we had beautiful concerts in beautiful Kolarac, and it is around 600, I would say. Then last 4 years we are organizing concerts in Sava Center. It's always around fully packed 3,000, sorry. And we also had in 2016, as you can see from the video, we had a first concert in Noć Muzike event, and we attracted then 10,000 public inside, 10,000 people, and outside were around 3,100 people who were listening outside the concert stadium. So also what we are doing pop-up concert halls. What is this actually? This is some events everywhere in the cities around Serbia, not just in Belgrade, or is also in main parks. And we are very often organizing breakfast with music, breakfast on grass with music, and this and that. And this is also way to how to promote and attract not just classical music, but also playing instruments. May month of music, this is we are doing sporadically. Because it really takes a lot of organization, and we are doing this in partnership with music schools. and we are organizing and actually making open days or open classes. And the aim is to show and create this sensory experience with instruments and introduce instruments to the children, because they know for guitar and for violin, probably piano, but they don't know for such others instrument like saxophone or horn on this and that. And we really wanted to create this sensory experience and to in a way inspire them to go to play some instruments and to enroll to music school. So personally, this is one of my favorite projects. Summer concert tours, first we started through the cities of Serbia, and then we continue with summer tours through the ex-Yugoslavia region cities with regional children philharmonic orchestra, which we established, I think, 5 years ago. And we are cooperating with music schools from Ljubljana, Zagreb, Sarajevo, Skopje. And this is also very, very inspiring projects and very, very touching also. Having all these kids from around Serbia, and at first they try to speak English among each other. And then Slovenian conductor Živa Ploj Pešuh, she told them, okay, let's speak, everybody can speak their own language and we're gonna try to understand each other. So it was really, really beautiful experience. Concerning source of funding and in-kind support, during the last 5 years, completely changed than in previous years. And I must say, in a way, leaving from ticket sales really sounds as a huge success. But since we know that tickets are very cheap, then it could be really look a little bit funny. But what we are doing, we are selling VIP tickets also. So this is individual donors, people who are who are keen of classical music and children, and they are through this buying these VIP tickets, they are actually giving their donation. Also, we have a company sponsor, but less and less, unfortunately. You can see in the next slide that at the beginning, our relationship with company sponsors were really great. And what is also important, since we are organizing very complicated concerts and programs, I must really, and I always trying to emphasize that we have group of volunteers who are with us for 14 years, experts from different fields who are giving their skills, efforts, names, reputation, and really putting their hands and hearts and souls in keep going all these complicated programs and organization. And also my own agency, who is have been in charge for concert promotion and concert organization for 15 years. Concerning previous year, it was really golden years of Children Philharmonic Orchestra. We used to have really beautiful and very devoted companies. One of them was Komercijalna banka. They are not just sponsoring our concerts, they are also giving money and for new instruments, professional instruments for talented kids from all over the Serbia. And this is, you can see all those kids who get brand new instruments for Swiss house Zaklina, and it is very expensive instruments, and this is professional instruments, and this is instruments those kids deserves for sure. We managed also to provide scholarship for talented kids, and we have, I don't know now, I can't remember, but around 10 kids with monthly payments and funds also to provide their families, because some families were very, very poor at that moment. We also had beautiful cooperation with the ambassador of Japan, who is violinist herself, and she was also playing with kids, but and also try to exchange all their habits and musical and cultural differences with kids, and preparing all sorts of events in embassy. But also she was a great donor of violins and also piano to some school, to a music school in Kraljevo. Unfortunately, I would say that our society, especially corporate sector, is falling behind. First of all, concerning recognizing importance in investing in culture. Of course, importance in supporting classical music. It is always was for me personally challenge to persuade people that classical music is not something really special and boring. And also to importance of musical education among young generation, because musical education is very important education, especially nowadays when they are surrounded by technology and by lots of noise. And most importantly, supporting children, we are supporting the most important national resources. So in that regards, I was, as a marketing professional and very much involved in corporate sector, I'm pretty much aware that our audience are direct and primary target group for majority of fast-moving consumer goods. This is fast-moving consumer goods. It's, for example, Imlek, Bambi, Coca-Cola, and all others, and especially their mothers who are using products like L'Oreal, like Procter & Gamble. So this is also could be our sponsor, and families. Then we can think about banks, about cars, and this and that, all different industries. But unfortunately, nowadays is really very, very difficult. I try also personally to, actually I am very much personally involved in founding corporate sponsors, and they are lacking budgets generally, and especially because this is corporate social responsibility budgets are really small, and they are usually go for sports. If they go for music, then it's something more popular, and it's not. But I'm gonna comment on this later. I just want to how we are approaching. We are really aware what are benefits for sponsors, and we can not just be in their budgets for social corporate responsibility. We could promote their product of services on very sophisticated way. There is also possibility to build a lasting emotional bonding and relationship with their target audience through music, since it touches hearts, and this is the primary goal of advertising and communication, to make this emotional bonding with target audience. Also, it is possible to create meaningful brands. Meaningful brands are brands with purpose, who are doing something good for society, for their target audience, and also to return back for consumers' loyalty. Because if I'm buying and using one product for ages, then I'm expecting from this product or company to really, in a way, pay me back and do something for me. But unfortunately, the new generation of marketers consider that classical music events don't bring return on investment. So why is that? Because just 10 years ago it was possible, but this was the older generation of marketers. This this generation, this is 30 plus, 30, 40, and if you come back, those generation, they are really raised in different, in Serbia, not in Yugoslavia, in different system of values, and unfortunately, during their growing up, they really suffer from strong influence of popular media, which promoting aggressively turbo folk music, but not just turbo folk, but these reality shows participants, and they become role models for majority of, unfortunately, even for ones who are graduated at universities. And these created role models, they're perceived as a national icons and the national heritage in a way. And since my son is now 22 and he's also was involved and was playing in Kids Philharmonic Orchestra, I know this generation of young people who are also playing instruments, but also know by heart as a matter of national identity and pride, part of all songs of this new generation of folk singers. And they perceived that this is our tradition. And those people become, in a way, opinion leaders and trendsetters. And not just that, they're leading all important conversation and public dialogue, not anymore just about fashion or about, I don't know, cars or sport. They are also leading topics about psychology, about culture, and this and that. So media publishers...
Sorry for interrupting your presentation. Because we would like to give more time for the discussion, and if you think there is something very important that you need to add.
Yes, okay. This is important because everything just I'm finishing, because we are always, when we have some problem in my we are always trying to see what is insight about what creates this problem. So I'm not going to continue with this strong media, negative media influence, but this is something we should all cope with, because if we are talking about corporate sponsors, we should all have in mind, and this is great asset for culture, and it always used to be in my concerning my experience.